Ugh. All right, guys, we're back. Long day at work, but I gotta start now that I don't have school on Tuesdays and Thursdays anymore. I can start doing a little more filming and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm only here because we broke the BMW again. But it wasn't really my fault. Nothing was set right before. I'm gonna show you a few things. Like, obviously you can see, oh, I'm still in a shadow, but right there's axle grease because I tightened this just to check, but this was moving, like clunking. And here you can see, ow, this is finger loose. I can wind it out by fingers, so that's not good. And I snapped the diff bolt off in there. You can just see it maybe in there, but it's gone. So it's stuck in there. But anyways, tonight I am gonna rip out the whole subframe so I can have it ready for my brother to weld the tabs for the chassis to make it stronger, because it's a non-M car. And I have about every bushing and literally everything for this car. So I'm gonna dump it and then get started. But I am riding solo, so I'm gonna do my best. So probably a whole lot of checking back in and time lapse, but we'll do what we can. So I want to get back to you guys in a minute. I got to pull out the skid steer and pull this thing off and see what I'm going to do. So I will get back to you guys in a minute.
All right, guys, I got the car jacked up. I had to use like our truck jacks from work to lift our big work trucks up, but I don't know, I'll probably make it nicer underneath the car. We made it a real big pain in the butt because I had to go from front to back to the front passenger side, back to over here to the diff, and then back to the front again, lift it by the one front control arm bushing. I didn't like doing that, but I'm by myself, so I just kind of did whatever I could find. But I'm gonna pull the wheels all off, and then we're gonna get to work. So I guess we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so first thing that we are going to do is loosen the, they're the handbrake cables, or e-brake, whatever you want to call it, but there's two nuts right here, and you have to loosen them all the way, and then they'll just slide down through, because when you go to pull the subframe, it won't pull out without those being disconnected. And then the second thing I'm going to do is do the exhaust, just get that thing out of the way, and then we'll go from there. So I'll sit you guys down and I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, so there you go. Now these are loose. Now I'm sure once that's all down there I can move it a little easier, but it won't feel like you can push it through, but you just pull them through in the end. Also, well worth the money. Always buy Milwaukee, baby. All right, I gotta get under the car now, and we take the exhaust off, just like from, well, I'll show you when you pull out, but it's like, there's like the cat and the resignator, like the cat back part you want to take off. So I'll show you that real quick, and then I'll just show you so you guys know for sure. Love more broken stuff. All right, so as you can see, I mean, it's just the cat back. And, ooh, getting her a little hot, I guess. I don't know. Racing around. But yeah, so I'm gonna I want to see which way I got to do it next. To be honest with you, I have tagged dude. I'm kind of following his video a little bit. I've never done BMW stuff before, but I think let me look real quick. You know, treats on the streets. You're the man, saving my ass with this thing. But yeah, shout out to him because I'm just following his video, so we'll see what he says. But yeah, I'm just moving forward now, and then I'm gonna go to the next thing, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, I worked ahead a little bit, nothing crazy. Over here grabbing old trusty PV Blast. The reason why is I just dusted my camera with PV. So when you get everything out, like I got this sway bar out. By the way, I'm non-M, so you can just unbolt these from the top, I think, unless the guy that I was watching just had upgraded, but they were a little rusty, so just a little hit, nothing crazy. Same with that right there. And then that way when they go back on, or when I go to take them apart, because I'm putting end links on, and I'm literally getting everything brand new. But then again, another thing I wanted to show you guys, always put your bolts back on everything. I put them through everything, even the exhaust ones, I put them back. The shocks, and geez, let me show you these shocks. Like I even put the bolts back on the shocks. Well, here you go. See, that's how stuff gets lost. Proud of myself for not cursing there. Let me put that back on. That's ready to rock and roll. Now check this out. Everything on this car has been terrible. Look at how different the lengths are. It's insane. So I got a lot of... Everything so far in this car has been done wrong, and I literally have just had to keep driving it and breaking it and driving it and breaking it. Me and Tyler and Drew and all them have rebuilt this whole goddamn car at this point. Once this rear subframe's done and we weld in the reinforcement plates, we're just going to do the front end with the angle kit, and we'll go through the bushings and stuff up there, make sure everything's okay. But other than the turbo M52 I want to do, or JZ swap, whatever, we've redone everything, even every seal in the transmission. So God bless us, we're BMW techs. I'm back. So what I did was I took apart the rear lower control arms, and that way you can take the brakes out and just hang them instead of having to take them all apart or take the lines apart. You can hang them, but you have to take the lower control arms out so you can pull them through and take them off the tabs. Because other than that, you have to disconnect them, and then you have to bleed everything, and I'm not trying to do that. Bleeding the clutch on this was enough for me to be calling it quits on bleeding stuff on BMWs. Then once you get the brakes off and you can get that all hanged out of the way, you got to get the axles out of the way. And then I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do next is take like I don't know what they're called exactly. It's like the upper control arms that have the cup for the spring. I think you got to take that off. I'll put like a jack under the one side, and then you can take out the rear, it's like rear lower control arm bushing, like called R-tab or something. I'm sure you BMW people know, but it's like in the back of the wheel well. I'll show you real quick because I don't know what I'm talking about. Right there, like this stuff in here. So you take that out, and then this whole piece should come out, and I can move on to pulling the subframe out. And then, yeah, I'll catch back up with you guys. But it's going a little too well. I'm starting to get worried, thinking like, you know, I mean, I know we're welding in those reinforcements, but if the reinforcements, you know, like I saw like a Jimmy Oaks video, and his were all cracked real bad and stuff. And then Brian Hall, like I think it's his name. I don't know. He was telling a couple videos ago, like recently, he was saying like some people have to go from the top and cut it because like the tab breaks off, and then that's beyond the scope of I think what we can do. But if we got a welder and a dream, you can make anything happen. So anyways, I'll get back to it and check in with you guys in a little bit, but it's definitely going a little better than I thought, especially by myself. Yeah, see you in a minute. All right, guys. Well, I got everything apart. I even got those rear lower control arm things. I don't know what they're called. Trailing arms, I think. They're pretty easy. If you have an impact, they come right out. Or at least mine did. So, yeah. I got all that out, and I think it's time to move on to subframe. I got the diff out, obviously, and the whole reason we're doing this is because that bolt snapped off in there, so I got to get that out somehow. I saw a dude, like an Australian guy, drill the case completely through and then put like a 12-9 grade bolt through it that's like an Allen key head and then a nylon lock washer on the back, so like it can't break. It just would bend, if anything, maybe. But I might go that route, but I don't know. My Uncle Donnie, he was thinking maybe we'll just try and get this one out and throw another one back in it. I'd assume once everything's tightened up and going the way it's going, it should be all right. I was watching a video today. Grant, I don't know his last name. Everybody knows him from like Jimmy Oak videos and TJ Hunt videos. He was pressure washing the underside of his car. I could see that he had like this same type of gray bolt in his, and he has like an LS in his that makes way more power, and they actually beat on their cars. Like they actually know how to drift, like unlike me. So I can't see needing that upgrade, but if this won't come out, I'm just going to drill it and put that in, because then you don't got to worry about it at all. I'll show you that later if we do it, but just kind of a heads up. But anyway, I think I just need to go in and get this subframe down, and then I'm done for the night. So I'm going to get back to that, and I'll check it one last time. Finally out. All right, guys, that's it. This went well. The videos I saw, everyone seemed to be having trouble, but I got pretty lucky, I think. Here's the one side out, and then I'll just get down here first and show you guys. But you know, all of my spots on my car were pretty dang good, so that's cool. I can just weld the pieces on and should be good to go for a couple more miles, you know. But yeah, I mean, everything went well. I can't complain. I'm happy that I'm doing this anyway, because like I said, the guy that did it before, yo, what's up, Donnie? The guy that did it before did everything wrong, so I'm just going through and getting it all squared away. Anyway, I got the subframe out, the rear is out, and everything else that honestly deals with the rear. So I think Friday, maybe Saturday, I'll be back with Tyler. Me and him are going to get cracking on this. My brother's going to weld the plates in. So yeah, we'll get back to you when that happens.